Hey everybody, how's it going? I've been meaning to do this video for a little while. I've just been working a lot of hours, working nearly full-time hours, and so when I am off work, I'm just really kind of tired and just want to, rest between my couple of days I have off. So this is one of my days off, and I was inspired today to make this video. And boy, is it a fun video. I had mentioned earlier I was going to go to volunteer at a food bank, and I didn't know exactly what that meant, but what it actually meant was sorting food. And here's a video just kind of showing what grocery stores donated to us, to the food bank in Central Texas. And you can kind of see it's all kinds of foods from so many different genres. I mean, ramen noodles. At one point, I sorted hundreds of ramen noodle packets. Like, why would grocery stores throw away ramen noodle? And so basically, what's happening is in grocery stores, about half the food that goes into a grocery store from a truck gets thrown in the garbage. And this happens all over the country. And some people say 40%, some people say 50%. Even 40% is way too much. And it's because these expiration dates are past due or getting close. But the reality is there's no federal law of expiration date. There's nothing to say a pack of ramens is bad after such amount of time. And so here's a photo of the chart that they use for safe guidelines. And as you see the top line there, it's 3 years past the expiration date for most canned and boxed goods. 3 years. And we're throwing this food away in this country when there's starving people right here in our communities. It's just crazy to think about that, how much food we're throwing away. Not produce, not bananas that look bad. I'm talking about boxes of cereal, potato chips, bottled water. How could bottled water anyway? Gatorade, cans of beans, like basically go in your grocery store and walk down every single aisle and you will find something that I sorted and threw away. Mayonnaise, like gourmet little jars of gourmet mayonnaises that must cost $3 or $4 each. These little tiny like gourmet. So what's going on here? Well, if it gets close to the expiration date or in any way damaged or dinged, they just throw it away. And in most of the country, that's what happens. It gets thrown in the garbage. And there's other people talking about this. Rob Greenfield has a great channel talking about this, about people dumpster diving in parts of the country and getting all kinds of stuff like bottled water. And like I said, anything from the grocery store, not just produce, is coming from there. So it's just kind of crazy to me to think about that. And so, I mean, I knew that, right? I've seen Rob Greenfield's videos and I kind of knew of it, but like spending 3 hours sorting stuff, that opened my eyes to, wow, this is an epidemic of, like, we really are the capital city from the Hunger Games. Like, we're throwing away half our food while a large number of people are going hungry or not getting enough food in this country. And there's, it's just crazy. So here's a quick shot of me sorting, of just taking a look in each box. And each box had certain requirements. Certain boxes could be 20 pounds or less. Certain boxes 30 pounds or less. And they went in and they got sorted. When they hit that weight, they got put on a pallet, and then it got distributed to different parts of Central Texas. And so, like, here's, there's guidelines and rules, and it's truly amazing. Like candy bars, they were throwing away candy bars. They were throwing away candy, like hard candy. Like, hard candy will never go bad. For 100 years, hard candy will never go bad. Pop-Tarts, gosh, from every single aisle, everything. So it really was eye-opening and just kind of crazy to me to be in that. And it was so much fun, So that's the social part of it, why we're doing this, like how we can throw half our food away. It's beyond my understanding, but the fun part, here's the part of it. So just in that one food bank collection agency, and it wasn't every grocery store, they were just signing on Randall's. That's a grocery store that's owned by Safeway or something like that. Down here in Texas, it's the same, they sell the same stuff. But they were just signing on that company, Randall's, to get their food. And so they have volunteers, or it's funded by someplace, and the grocery stores put them in gigantic, huge, like 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot boxes. They just throw all the stuff in that they were gonna throw away, and then somebody from the food bank comes and collects it all, and then we have to sort it. So here's some video of us sorting, and I didn't shoot a lot of video because it was so busy and hectic. I didn't want to leave my crew hanging, and so I just shot some quick video and got right back to work. But they have people who wash it and make sure that the expiration date is really within the legal time frame, and then they send it down the conveyor belt, and we put it in the right sorted boxes. And it's kind of a funny story. We were hauling butt. We were cruising, and we were getting them off the conveyor belt really quickly, like way up in the line. And so the woman in charge, and it's all volunteer. They only have like 4 paid employees in that section for the sorting, and everyone else volunteers their time. So she goes, "You guys are doing awesome. Let's crank this up." And she sped it up, and it just went from like good to like really fast. And so then it was like, oh crap, and we're just like, and I felt like, I mean, some of you are probably too young, but I still remember the I Love Lucy where they're trying to sort the chocolates and stuff, and she can't get them sorted, and so she starts putting them in her mouth. And anyway, it just made me think of that, because we all just had to like crank it up a notch. And that happened after like 20 minutes, 3 straight hours of sorting, and by the time I was done, my brain was all foggy, like, because you couldn't just say, okay, I'm gonna grab all the meat, because the grocery stores just kind of threw it all in the box. And so you got things from all over the place, so you just grabbed an armful of stuff or a handful of stuff, and then you just walked down the line and put it in its thing, and that was the quickest way. And then you grab more stuff, and then since they were heavy boxes, I spent a lot of time also putting them on scales to make sure they were the right weight, and all that stuff. And so, man, was it a fun time. So in this Central Texas area, this food bank feeds 20, I wrote it down on my phone. The food bank feeds 21 counties, helps feed 21 counties in Central Texas. And they feed 46, they provide 46,000 meals a week. And 16,000 of those are for children every single week in these 21 counties. That's amazing. They run these, like what I did, the video you saw, the conveyor belt thing. It runs 7 days a week, 2 shifts a day, 2 shifts in the morning and afternoon, to sort all this food that's continually coming in. And these aren't even all the stores. There are stores, I mean, Walmart participates, which is amazing. HEB, which I love, that's a great store, participates. Like I said, Randall's is just starting to participate. And there were a few others. I think Central Market is another one. They didn't mention Whole Foods, but I don't know. Those are just the ones they mentioned. And so these aren't even all the grocery stores in this area. It's just a portion of them. And 150,000 pounds of food is salvaged every month. 150,000 pounds of food. No, that's produce, sorry. 150,000 pounds of produce is salvaged a month. That's fruit and vegetables. That's not even canned stuff. And we didn't deal with produce, that's a whole nother area. We were just dealing with dry things, or bagged or canned. So I was shocked by that much produce is thrown away. And this is winter time, or not winter, but definitely not summer when it's full growing season. It's hard to believe. What's another stat? Let's see. Another thing that was interesting that really made me feel proud was we processed 9,500 pounds we processed that much food in our 3-hour shift, and it was like 7,700 meals that we created for these 21 counties in this area. And so it felt really good, and I know that it's not like I didn't save the world or anything, and I know that there's so much more that I could do or could be done, but it really felt good to do that, to be part of that. And I hope I'm here long enough to volunteer, because the next thing we're going to do is go to the place where they actually help people and give this food out to families in need. And the next place we're going to volunteer is to actually go to those places and hand the food out. And that's going to be so cool to see the families and the people who are actually getting this food and being supported. It was pretty amazing to see. It was such a great experience for me, and so much fun, and I was so tired when I was done. And you know, just from the mental sorting and just running around, it was really cool. And just to know that I helped make 75,000 meals or something. You know, that's not 7,700 meals. So it's pretty. I mean, it's cool for me to know that I was part of that. And I didn't do it. I was part of a. You know, there were like 50 volunteers for that shift, and they have to get volunteers so what can you do? I mean, I did it from living in a van. I'm not paying taxes here. I am paying taxes on my gas, my food. I pay taxes on all the stuff I buy, but I'm not paying property tax, but I can still help in this community. And you can do it too. I mean, gosh, it was so much fun, and it was so much community involved, and it was just everywhere. They had really fun music, like dance music blasting in the background, and it was a lot of fun. So what can you do in your community that would help somebody in need, somebody who might need help in some way? And that's my question, and now I know I got my eye open looking for more of those things. How can I help my community? And if I'm living here for 2 weeks or 2 months or 6 months, it's my community, because I'm here. My energy affects everyone in this area. And so what can you do? What can I do? What can we do? And the other thing that's crazy is that there's a law that's been passed by Congress that no grocery store or something, or like something that makes food or sells food, you cannot be sued if you donate food to an organization and somebody gets sick afterwards. By the way, that's never ever happened, ever. No one's ever gotten sick from food donated. But if they did happen, there's a law protecting you from getting sued. So why aren't we doing this more? Like, why aren't these stores giving all their food like in this area? I mean, it's just, I would hope that we can do that. And I know, follow Rob Greenfield. He is an amazing activist for this, and just awesome. He rode his bike all the way across from San Diego to New York City or something. He rode all the way across the country, and he did it all just from dumpster diving. All the food and water he drank were from leaking faucets, leaking fire hydrants for the water, and then all the food he ate was from dumpster diving. All of it, across the entire country. He rode a bike. And so there's so much food getting thrown away. Go do something to help your community, and it really feels great to do it. Bye, everybody.